That's right.
Senior named his son Junior. I'm just asking him about a bunch of questions about life and about what he's learned throughout his life and how he lives his life. This is unscripted, unedited. This is just his true beliefs. All right, let's go. Okay. Human ethics. Do you believe that human ethics, which is how we judge our life, our morals, do you believe that they're learned throughout our life, or do you believe they're natural?
You learn throughout our life, because our life, we have to learn lessons in life. And you know, if we were born and never go through anything and never experienced anything, then we wouldn't appreciate what we have.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. How do you measure life? The value of a person's life? How would you measure that?
I don't know if you can. I don't think you can put any dollar amount on anyone's life. I would just say it's priceless.
What do you think the purpose of life in general is, and of your life in particular?
Say the question again.
What do you think the purpose of your life is?
I think the purpose of my life is just to live it to the fullest, to the best of my ability with what I know.
Do you think that is the purpose of life in general, or is it something that it just depends on person to person? They should make up their own purpose.
There you go. It just depends on person to person, because what I believe in, the next person may not believe.
Right.
I believe in God, and some people don't think there is one. So there you go.
What is our biggest mistake that we make as humans in general? Is it that we hurt each other, don't have faith? What do you think it is?
I think we take things for granted. I think the little things. You know, I think we, how can I put it? I think we just supposed to wake up in the morning, think we're supposed to get up, brush our teeth, eat breakfast, go on about our business. But what if we can do any of that? You know, what if we didn't have a job to go to? What if we opened up the refrigerator and won't nothing in there to eat? What if we didn't have running water to cook with or bathe with? So I just think we take the little things for granted. And I think the biggest thing that we take for granted is our freedom. We don't value it at all.
Now, when you say freedom, do you mean like freedom of speech, freedom of religion, or just freedom in general?
Freedom in general. Because if your freedom is taken away, you won't be able to do the things that you want to do.
Do you think a lack of freedom, like going to prison forever, do you think that's like worse than death?
For some. I think for someone who has never been in trouble a day in their life, and the fact that they got to get locked up with other folks probably terrifies them to death. Someone who's been in trouble out here running the streets, been in trouble with the law, been back and forth to jail, it's just another day at the park for them. Somebody like me and you, know, we tend to want to, you know, sleep in our own beds and eat our own food.
All right. Do you think that truth can exist without evidence? Or do you think every single person's belief has to have something to back it up?
That's a good question. What I would think, well, yeah, I would say that, because, well, let me say this. I would say yes, because I don't think you can have any truth without any type of evidence. But that's just me. I personally don't think that.
What do you think we need the most? And I don't mean like food, I mean like emotionally or spiritually. Like, what do you think we need the most to get passion in our lives or live our lives to the fullest? Is it faith in others? Is it companionship? What do you think it is?
I just think it's faith, period. I just think you got to have, you know, a lot of people don't have a lot of faith, or their faith is weak. I'm one of them. Mine is not that strong, but I work on it. But I think if you have faith in what you believe in, and you continually believe in, then whatever it is that you're believing in, 9 times out of 10 is going to come out the way you want it to be.
You think is that why many people fail at trying to get certain careers, not because they can't do it, but because they don't have faith that they can do it? Or
I think a little bit of both. They don't have faith that they can do it, and they don't have what we call a work ethic. I mean, you have to put in the work for something that you want. Now, some kids are born, as old saying, with a silver spoon in their mouth. They ain't got to work hard. Somebody like me and you, I raised you. There's nothing, nobody's going to give nothing to you. You got to get it. You got to earn it. And I think with some people, it's easy to quit. All you got to do is say, oh, I quit. That's it. But for something that you want, you're going to have to keep pushing and pushing and striving and keep working at it. And as I always have told you, if you believe, you will achieve. And I think that's anything in life.
Why do you think people hurt each other?
Why?
Yeah, the biggest reasons why. Not just like hurt like rape or kill. I mean like emotionally hurt, like lie or cheat or steal.
Because they don't care. Because it's about them. Because Shaquille, I think if we looked at stuff we did before we do it, we won't do it. I always tell you, think before you act. Because if you act before you think, 9 out of 10, you're going to mess up something. Or whatever that you want to do, it's not going to come out the way you need it to be. But I think as far as a lot of people hurt people, my opinion is because they don't care. Or they're trying to get back at that person to make them feel better. But in the end, they're really hurting themselves.
All right. And I know not everyone believes in karma, but do you think that's a part of it? If there was some law that says,
karma never exists, you think people wouldn't care? That's the question.
What I'm trying to say is, if all these terrible things that people did to each other, if they had to have that done to them, you think they would think twice?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like how you and I always talk, I say, if judges had to live out some of these sentences,
they would never get one. Not a one. Oh, I sentence you to 30 years in the Department of Correction. Well, let's reverse that to that judge. You think he wouldn't last 30 years. He wouldn't last 30 days. But
or in the same how you talk about how these bosses are quick to fire people and not care.
Right. Well, they don't because it doesn't apply to them. For example, Shaquille, I've never cried losing a job.
But you've seen people cry losing?
Yes, I have. Grown people.
Grown people?
Grown people. They literally boo-hoo and cry. And my thing with that, why? You're still fired. You're still terminated. They still don't want you. So what you have to do is say, okay, take it for what it's worth, and then move on to find another. Yeah, I've had a grown man crying, oh man, they just fired me. Well, you won't do your job what they're supposed to do. Yeah, I've seen grown people cry. And they still didn't get the job back. But that's something else. But go ahead.
All right. What makes each of us special? And when I say that, I mean people in general, but I mean us close to you. So like me, you, TJ, Kamaya, Mom.
What makes
us special?
To you guys? To me?
Yes.
Well, you guys are my kids. I don't think nobody's child is better than y'all. I don't think nobody's kid is better than mine. But all parents will say that. Just like you hear the old saying, well, a dad will say, no man is good enough for my daughter. Because that's just his belief. He don't think there's a man walking on God's green earth that's good enough for his daughter. I don't look at it that way. I think there's a man out here for your sister, once you ever allow it. I think there's a woman out here for you. But everything happens for a reason.
Okay. If there was no chance of failure, what would you do? It can be anything personal, like retire some job or maybe something.
If there was no chance, I'm not understanding the question. Because
most of the things we do, there's a chance of failing at it.
Right.
If there was absolutely no chance of failing at something.
Oh, well, people, they go for everything.
What do you think? It'd be rich?
Rich, professional athlete, CEO. Hell, they stay in the casinos and gamble their mortgage away. If they knew they get, say if their mortgage is $800, they gamble the whole $800 as long as they know they get $800 back. As long as they know they break even. Yeah, you laugh. You got people that do that. Boy, they'll gamble their rent money away. And then come the first of the month, the lights is off. Lights off. Yeah.
All right. And I always watch on TV about, judges and people talking about, they deal with young people and they're like, you throw your life away or you don't think you have potential. And I'm going to ask you, if you could teach something and you knew it would sink in, not just to me, but to all young people, future generations, it can be, in general or black kids, what would you want to teach them?
Well, number one that I see out here that the young kids are doing, they're disrespecting their mama. This is what I mean by the disrespecting their mama. When you go out here and you have no respect for the generation before you, that means generation before your mother. When you're walking in the store, your pants hanging all off your ass, you got grown ladies sitting there, say if it's a K&W or just a local restaurant, and they walking their pants all off their ass, cussing, and you got elderly women in there old enough to be their great grandmother. To me, that's showing me that they have no respect. When I'm only disrespecting their mama, because I don't believe their mama raised them that way, and then they don't have any respect for future generations. And what I would like to tell them is, anything that you do as a young person, anything you do young normally come back to get you. What I mean by that, I don't mean in a negative way, because it can go both ways. If you out here cutting the food, want to rob, want to steal, doing drugs, okay, eventually your body got to get older. Eventually your body gonna start breaking down. You gonna start breaking down. You can't go out here, you can't get a job to, Lord knows don't throw children in it. You made kids, you can't take care of the kids, you didn't finish school, stuff of that nature. So what I would tell them, whatever choice they make in life when they're young, make sure it's the right one. Because if it's not, it's gonna come back to bite them in the behind. Because Shaquille, I've got friends that I went to school with, they're not even alive today. I've got friends that I was raised with that are younger than me, they're dead. Some of them is out here because they were hanging out with the wrong crowd. Snorking, drugs, with no dude. Just last year I knew, a little younger than me, had a massive heart attack. Why? All that snorting cocaine. Heart exploded. But he was a grown man, so he knew better. Stuff like that. And another thing, surround yourself with positive. I would tell the young kids to surround themselves with people who's going to have a positive influence in their life. A guy out here not having no job, bunch of baby mamas, want to put his hand on a woman, want to drink and all that. No, that ain't nothing they should hang around. Because eventually he's going to end up going to jail for a minute. So that's what I would tell them. Choices. Make the wise choice.
All right. Let's say you could write a letter to your future self. What would you want to tell him, yourself, about your past life?
That I've made mistakes and that I've learned from them. And that it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. See, people make mistakes, Shaquille, and don't learn from them at all. And they wonder why does this keep happening to me? Okay, well, you need to write another script. You need to do something different. You can, and as I've always told you, you can't do the same thing and expect different results. That don't work. You can't. I'll give you an example. You can't keep driving your car on bald tires and wonder why you keep getting flats. That ain't gonna work. You gonna keep getting flats as long as you keep putting bald tires on there. So yeah, that's what I would say.
All right. And what do you hope? What meaning do each of us give you? And I know you said because we're your kids, but I meant like more than that. Like, do you like how I ask you questions or how I'm into science?
Well, we'll start with you. Shaquille, you're I ain't gonna say you're different. I'm gonna say you're unique. Because most guys your age, 25, could give a rat's ass about science. The hemisphere, the atmosphere, neutrons, plutons, bluetrons, or whatever, they could give a damn about that. Most guys your age, they on their own. And it's not a knock that you're still living at home with your mama, because you still got folks that do that, especially right with what's going on right now. They on their own. Probably got a couple of babies, baby mamas. Some of them went to jail by now, got a arrest record. Some of them. Some of them out here smoking weed and drinking and all that kind of stuff. So, but you on the other hand, you're the flip side of that. You don't bother nobody. You do what you know. And even though you're not, you're not a very sociable guy, but that takes time. And I think in time, that would take time. As far as your sister go, she's very bubbly. She's very outgoing. Run that mouth a little bit too much for my liking at times. But at the same time, she's got a lot of your mother in her. And what I still try to teach her and you is don't believe everything you hear. Believe what you see. And as far as PJ go, well, your brother's autistic. I mean, he's unique in his own way. But he has a sense of humor. He tell you what's on his mind. He let you know whether he's upset. He don't like a lot of noise, a lot of mess. So from that standpoint, each of y'all are special to me in a different way. But I don't love any of you guys no less. I don't love Kamai no more than I love you. I don't love Junior no more than I love you. I don't love you no more than I love Kamaya. I love y'all equal. Because if you both are wrong, I'm going to tell you y'all wrong. I don't care whether you like it or not.
All right. One last question.
All right.
Just one more.
Okay.
Let's say you could, how will I phrase it? What do you think? I asked earlier about the biggest mistakes we make, the biggest failures we make, but what do you think are our biggest successes as humans? Like, what do you see as right in the world?
That's a good damn question, boy. Biggest successes. I mean, as far as what?
It can be anything in business and sports. You like to talk about police a lot, so like what you consider the right thing and how you conduct business. It can be anything.
What do I think would be the biggest successes?
Do you think it would be empathy or honesty or?
Well, I think doing the right thing, Shaquille. But see, man, we live in a world where that's just not possible. We live in a world where folk not gonna do the right thing. They can have the evidence sitting right there in front of them, so, and say it's nothing. For example, you and I always talk about the police killings in the world. And this is why I said we don't do the right thing. You can have a jury of our peers, which is 12 people, different races, can go in a debate room. They're debating a police officer's fate, whether he's guilty or innocent. And they have a piece of evidence, and it shows everything that the cop has been charged with. I'm talking about the jury now. As they watch the video, they see without a shadow of a doubt that a police officer is committing murder. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. His life is not in jeopardy. He was not charged at. He was not attacked. He wasn't jumped on. He wasn't approached in a threatful way. None of that is in the video. The officer is the aggressor in the whole thing. The jury of 12 see this. Shoot, kill, or however, whatever it is. They will look at that video more than once. And they're going to try to find where the officer is justified. They done looked at it 3 times, Shaquille. No justification on the officer's part at all. He's killed someone. And his life was not threatened, harmed, nothing. Suspect is running away. The key word, running from the officer, not to the officer. So therefore, there's no fear there. And they'll acquit the cop. The cop's not guilty. That's why I say they don't do the right thing. And a lot of times they don't do the right thing is because you have jurors that's on that panel that are racist. But they ain't gonna come out and say it.